Finally, we hit the Specter this season. Breeding boas is definitely ups and downs. Let's see if someone wants to join the live. Now I'm just alone and no one is watching. But yeah, let's do some things. Some beautiful babies, baby boas. Not the biggest litter that dropped, but can't be unhappy because we hit the first Specter of 2025. Definitely, the odds hasn't been in our favor this season. It's still been from breeding head-to-heads, so that's definitely one thing that, yeah, the odds isn't the best from the start, because breeding head-to-head on multi-recessive or double recessive as the Specter is VPIT positive, and Ralph Davis Reptiles Black-Eyed Anery. And that's when breeding head-to-head, then you have about a 6% shot mathematically to hit the visual. But sometimes you're more lucky and sometimes you're not so lucky. But here we have what looks to be a super hypo Specter. So super happy. Stunning. Really happy. So not a bad Friday. As said, you don't have to be like afraid when you're not succeeding. That's one thing that you, if you want to breed boas, that you really need to be prepared for. That you're not always going to succeed. If you're invest a ton of money and just rely on the babies that you have to have them, then yeah, it could be a bit of a problem, because like said, breeding like a double recessive morph like the Specter, this one is hypo, probably 2 copies of hypo, so homozygous for hypo, so super hypo, but it's has 2 copies of VPIT positive albino and 2 copies of Ralph Davis Reptiles Black-Eyed Anery. That's what makes the Specter. But when breeding head-to-head, you have about a 6% shot of hitting the double visuals. This season, I can say it hasn't been 6%. We have 3 litters of breeding head-to-head Specters, and this is the first one that we hit. In 23 we did hit 4. In 24 we did hit 4. This season only 1. This was the last shot. And yeah, definitely a stunning animal. So can't be sad about it, but yeah, it's not like so easy when you're doing the multiple recessives. As long as you have head-to-heads. And I know some people like, why didn't you use your visual hypospecter male from 23? He sure would have been up for the job this season, but really felt like it's better to give him 1 more season to mature, gain some more size, and then give it a go next season. So hopefully next season we will have some more amazing Spectre combos. And yeah, I'm quite sure that we are the one that produced most Spectres. historically. This season, not. I know Shaz at Low Keys Boas produced several, among them Aztec Specter, and like Snake Country produced a Hypo IMG Jungle Specter, which we have produced 2 of previously. But yeah, the Specter is an amazing animal. Hey! Good to see you, Van, joining the live. And to the rest of you, that is, we have a few viewers, please drop a comment where you're looking from. It's always interesting to see. So let's, yeah, it's stunning. We have beautiful Ghost Devil. We have Black-Eyed Anery underneath here. And yeah, these het spectre animals are also het anery type 1, so not only het black-eyed anery. So yeah, and that's actually something that we have hit. If we can't call them a spectre because they are double visuals, what we believe. This is at least what other has told us, that they are double visuals, both visual for anery type 1 and black-eyed anery, and also VPI. I'm going to show you now, like all of the 24 specters it's the same. So like this one, it's in shed now. So this is an IMG, VPI, Hypo, black-eyed anery, and anery type 1. Hey Alan, nice to see you. And we can show Alan's animals, but also in shed, Hypo Jungle Spectre. It will be the same with the Hypo Spectre in shed. The only one that's not in, when he was on the substrate, he got some substrate in the teeth, so that's why he's on newspaper at the moment, because don't want to risk them getting substrate in. But this is a super Hypo Spectre from 24. But we actually, if we're going to count the double visual, we actually have one on the previous litter this season, also IMG. So now it wasn't representative when we showed the one from 24 because it's in shed, but that one looked exactly the same as this one, and now we almost got bit. She's a little bit feisty, not happy, but as you can see, so this is, it's a completely different view from a regular VPI IMG Snow Glow. And yeah, pretty cool. We're definitely holding those back and breed them to prove them out that they are double visuals. We were actually, both me and Tim, scratching our heads like they look really strange. And then a lot of people that's seen them that apparently has produced double visuals with both black-eyed anery and anery type 1 said they are double visuals. So let's wait and see in the future. If there's anything special you want to see, let me know. This is the perfect time. I have a little bit of a chill Friday. Just took care of the babies. Now they are in on the heat, and I'm beyond excited that we finally hit the Spectre. Like I said, it's not easy when you're doing multiple recessive combos. Like for the Spectre, we have now this season we did 4 females, where we had 3 litters. 1 don't go this season. previously we have had 5, and like I said, mathematically it's a 6% shot of producing the visuals when you're doing double recessive combos. When we're up to like triple recessive, like on the red dragon leopard for example, then we're down to a 2% shot. Now we increased it when we done the head-to-heads, because they at least had the male being visual sun glow, het blood leopard, and the female we have had one albino het blood leopard. We have had a couple of hypo females, that's triple het, and also a couple of double heads. So like doing those projects, if that's your thing, like if you only have one pair, and I believe we have an episode on the boa breeder series where Tim is talking about like the perfect breeding groups, why he suggests like 2.3, 2 males, 3 females, because when doing the multi-recessive combos, you definitely need several pairs. Sure, you can do it with one pair. That's I'm not saying that you can't, but you are going to need to be incredibly lucky if you're going to hit the visuals. Like I think on the red dragon leopards, it took like two full seasons. It's probably like 5-6 litters before the first visuals were made. And it's been the same like the spectres. There's so many babies, and when you're breeding the head-to-heads, the other babies that aren't visual, like for anything, they are 66% posets, and definitely a bit more hard to sell. And like a lot of people, there's been so many requests for like VPI 100% het black-eyed anery. Yeah, we really don't have. We have some animals that are 100% het specter, like some IMG stuff, like in shed, but like this hypo IMG jungle, 100% het specter. So it's 100% het for VPI, T positive, and black-eyed anery. Also we have one hypo jungle male that's 100% het specter. Next season, when we're going to be able to use a visual male to breed to the het females, then the babies that come out that aren't specters, sure, it will be a higher ratio of specters, but then at least the babies are going to be 100% het specters. So this is the boy that's waiting for his turn. He most likely could have done the job this season. He definitely have the size and the age, but it's no rush. It's better to be patient, because putting the males in young, like some of them are like crazy and almost breed themselves to death. So better to give them a bit more growth, more reserves of energy, and yeah, just keep them feeding. So it's a lot less risk that you run into problems. Show some bloods. Anything specific when we're talking bloods? VPI, call albino. Yeah, I'll show some. This is a holdback. A little bit of a weirdo, super nice hypo, VPI T positive, and blood. Let's see. Of of course he's in shed, VPI blood male, that's actually is available. There's also like some really nice, this is something that I really believe is good to add to the VPI. We're going to do cleaning, so we're going to wash out the water bowls. But this is a VPI Sunglow Jungle, 100% het blood. Definitely think like the pop from the jungle in the VPI bloods is going to be super nice. But the video was called Specter, so this is the Hypo IMG Jungle Specter from 24. It's like starting to go into dark mode. Our priced 23 one, she's in blue, so not going to bother her. But let's look at some other blood. This really doesn't show in this light on camera, but this blood het albino male is amazing. Looks quite nice on the screen here, but in real life, absolutely glowing. Red dragon leopard, also terrible light, but still looks amazing. And depending on, like, if you're looking for something blood, depending on the projects, we have some stuff available, like VPI blood projects. We have, I think, 1, maybe 2 Sunglow het bloods from 23, and also like blood and hypo blood. And I also think we have 1 visual VPI blood male from 23, as well as 24 that was in deep shed. On call we have some double visuals, red dragons. The red dragon is the call albino, that is a T negative form of albino, the true albinos, and also visual bloods. And yeah, so what else? Any questions? And as said, it's always interesting to see where you're watching from, so please drop it down in the comment. It's always nice, and any questions at all, feel free to ask. Habanero female. And one blood project that's super exciting, definitely going to see a few years before we see them, it's the Habanero bloods, where we made this beautiful hets this season. So let's see what we can find here. Look at those saturated sides. So this is a hypo, 100% het for VPI, T positive, blood and leopard. So 100% het Habanero bloods. And those, there are going to be so few available, because as said, when we're talking multiple recessive combos, you need a lot of animals to produce the visuals. So that litter, the whole intention was to hold almost all of them back. And that's what we're doing. We are going to make 2 hypo, 100% het Habanero bloods, males available, and 1 hypo and 1 triple het, so non-hypo one, females available. And it's the same when we come to talking specters. So this is Labyrinth, 100% het specter. Also like 2.2 that's going to be available. And if you want to see more of those animals, we have a video on the channel that we uploaded this week. We're showcasing this of the more special products. One true favorite of this season, Habanero, 100% het anery male. Not available. That one is staying here. But like for the projects now this season, when we have seen the snow and snow glows produced from animals that comes from imperator morphs, we might see our own late this season, but I think we'll have to wait until next. So here we have a hypo leopard, 100% het VPI snow glow. So het VPI and het anery. There's also downstairs from 24 we have a ghost, het VPI snow glow leopard. And yeah, some other VPI IMG Sunglow Jungle. That's also going to be available. Passports is possible to arrange. That's actually like this beginning of this year. Apparently, like in Europe, it's been crazy. I'm not sure where they're exporting all the animals. It's the same like in Germany. It's been the same here in Sweden. Like they have 3 to 4 times the applications for the CITES permits. Therefore, they have been taking so long to do the paperwork for the exports. So we are really delayed on the US shipment. It was supposed to leave like end of May, beginning of June. And now when I spoke to them yesterday, they said that hopefully they get it done next week or absolute latest the week after. But it's been a terrible, terrible wait. Here we have a black-eyed anery female, the mother of the labby 100% het spectres. So yeah. Anything else someone wants to see? Otherwise, I think we're taking a last peek at the babies that was born today. The whole title. It's beautiful Specter. Made this Friday good. Definitely need to do more artwork on the walls. We have some like, this one is a quite interesting female. This is one of the original triple het, no, not triple het, hypo het VPI aneries. So hypo het VPI snow glow females that Tim got from Dave and Tracy Barker at VPI. She's still alive, born in 2009, and has produced some amazing babies here at Imperator Morphs. I really need to do more paintings for the walls here. And always a lovely pic, the baby in the sack. And that's like the most amazing thing that we can see when they just stick their head out of the sack and take their first breath. That is a view that you never get tired of. It's always so nice to see things come to life. So let's have a... Because it wasn't so many that was with us from the start. But this was the whole topic of the video. So, hypo Specter, most likely super hypo, as it looks. Small but beautiful litter, and couldn't be happier that we at least got one Specter this season. This is, like, the Specter is mesmerizing. And I really like the hypo Specters. We are actually still haven't produced a regular Spectre. But I really think like the hyper complements the Spectre so nice. So the one I showed previously that should be a double visual of black-eyed anery and anery type 1. This is the mother, so this is an IMG het Spectre female. She gave birth like could be 2 months ago. And here we actually have one female that should go quite soon. So this is an eclipse. Possible het VPI, bred to a Habanero. And I think she proves to be het VPI. But let's wait and see. That is like one of the females like that really proves that you have to be patient. It will be her first litter and she'll be like 6 or 7. She never wanted to go before. Never come to the point. She has been with males but never come to the point where she ovulated. And like that's a really important part. If you want to breed boas, for sure you need to have the passion for the animals. It can't just be like business. Of course, when you're scaling, you have a business side of it. If you're just doing it as a hobbyist at home with 1 or 2 single litters a year or something like that, then you don't have to think so much of the business side of it. But when scaling, you're definitely getting to the point where there is a business side of it, but you have to have the passion for the animals. Like thinking of their welfare, giving them a nice way of living so they thrive. And I think like that's the most important. If you like give them all of this, then you are going to be quite successful. But as I said, you have to have the patience side. Like it says, with passion and patience. Because for sure, a lot of females can breed when they are 4 years. Sure, there are people you can power feed a female and get them to breeding when they are 2.5 years old also, but they are not going to live very long. And then we are on the passion side and talking welfare. That's maybe not something to do. But some females definitely need more time. It's the same. A lot of males can breed when they are 1.5 years old, 18 months. But it's the same. Doesn't hurt them to give them an extra year. And in the long term, I definitely think that it's worth it to consider the animals. Yeah. Hold back lipstick, female, 100% het blood. It's the same, like if we're looking at this, they are 22s and they are not going to be ready to breed the coming season. They are going to need another year. And it's like not a race to get to the point where you're producing babies the earliest from a female. Just give it time, be chill, and yeah. Same like this one. Now in deep shed. So, but this is from the black and white line, VPI Aztec Snow. And that's actually 21 female. Definitely increased the amount of food she's getting now. But it's so much better to let them grow quite slow. I know there's a lot of like debates about how to feed boas, and some like think that yeah, this is normal feeding, and when showcasing the size of the animals, like the truth is that animals can't grow faster than you give them food to grow. And if they're super small, then of course you're maybe not feeding them enough. But like, you're most likely not going to stunt them. But if they are 4.5 feet when they are 2 years old, then they definitely have gotten some food. Because they grow at the rate you feed them. Then, of course, it's individual. It's the same with us humans. Some grow faster than others. And you can definitely see in some litters where, like, some animals are considerably larger than others when they are exact same feeding schedule. But it's not going to be like one is going to be 5 feet when they are 2.5 years old and one going to be 2.5 feet. It's not that kind of different. But yeah. Now we're getting away from the topic that was the first, talking about specters. But really nice to see the integrations, and thank you that the comment, all boas are very nice. We are very happy and happy to be able to do what we love, do everything. And we can actually, so this is a hypo het specter. So this is the male of the super hypo specter that was just born. So we've been live for 32 minutes. So I think we call it. Wish everyone a nice Friday and a great weekend, and hope to see you soon. And next week we have a quite interesting video dropping where Tim is talking about responsibilities. So if you're not already subscribed, hit that subscribe, turn on the bell notification to not miss, and please watch that video and leave your comments in it. It should be up on the channel on Tuesday, I think. So good, peace.